The first time I played Melina, I was very disappointed that I wasn't able to gel with back 3. That video was not starting well. With down 3, right? Because even if you touch, it's just so terrible that you can't even reach. You can only reach with forward 1. So for example, I'm going to use the quick animation here, the quick menu I mean. And the way you test what gels is you put the AI on duck, and if you're able to hit the AI before they duck, you know that something gels, right? But with Melina, so depends on your... Actually, no. Even if you're close and in their face, 1 doesn't even work. I think back 1 will. Not even it whiffs. You see, it whiffs and then she bends down. Oh yeah, and if I touch, it's gonna touch with this, but the problem is this is not very damaging, right? 130, you can't even special cancel it as soon as you're in the air. So you would have to do a YOLO. You would have to do this, and that's unsafe. That's not confirmable, so that's trash. So this means that you can't use this properly, this move, to gel. But you can with mids, because Melina here is able to step forward, use that pressure, and gel in a way. It's not going to be perfect. The other Melina will have time to duck again, but you will be at enough of a frame advantage to hit her before she can hit you, but she will be able to move. So for example, I'm going to do down 3. Oh my god, only 13 hit advantage. That is like on the low end. Anyways. So what you can do, you can't touch here. So what you can do, you react, you step forward, and then you hit. Right? Here I'm just doing it. It doesn't work. I have 13 frames after I hit to move forward. I hit. Bang. Bang. So if I step forward, she doesn't even have time. Oh, maybe she does. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she doesn't. But if she does have time, even if I'm slow, she has time to bend down. It means that she'll have time to jump as well. But she will not have time to punch me. So let's try it out. Which, by the way, you can use a slower mid even. So see, she has time to bend down, which means that she will be able to move. But that's it, not punch. Okay, so we'll test it out. I'm actually going to delay a little bit, because in real life, sometimes you're not frame perfect. See here? So I can duck, I get hit by the mid. If it was a high, obviously this would not work, right? So the gelling with mids is a bit safer in that you can't down 2 their ass, because even if you duck, they hit you, right? It doesn't go over your head. So I'm mashing here. I'm gonna mash, and I don't have time to get it out. Why? Even though she's delaying, it's because I'm stuck here in 13 frames. By the time I'm able to duck is when now my counter is done. So I'm no longer in hit stun. I'm technically able to start trying to do a move. See, here it worked if I mash. It doesn't always work, because that's how practice mode is. Sometimes it's cracked. But I'm no longer at hit stun. But it still takes me 7 frames to put out a down 1. And because she hits me, let's say she hits me on like the 2nd frame, my 7th frame doesn't have time to touch me, because she hits me on the 2nd frame when I'm no longer in hit stun. So for example, so she was doing down 3. She's at 13 hit advantage. So this means I'm stuck in on 13, but she delays and takes her turn back. And by the time that she hits me, right, she has a startup too. Like, I don't want to calculate it, but imagine that she touches me on frame 5 after 13, which is like... So, like, imagine, like, technically, when you're out of hit stun, here you would, technically, let's just imagine, you would have had 5 frames. By the time that you're out of hit stun, you're completely frozen for 13 frames. When you're out of it and you try to hit, she is in the air and about to land on you. So let's say she hits you, like, 5 frames after you're out of hit stun. Let's imagine, something like that, right? 5 frames is just too fast for you to be able to get a punch out. It's not too fast for you to jump, because you can jump on frame 1. Right? This is frame 1 frame. Same as ducking, which is why you're able to do this. This is only, like, this is 2 frames, right? It takes 1 frame to go down, and by the time she goes back up, that's 2 frames, right there. So that is how you want to use mids to gel when it's not a perfect gel. So don't be afraid to take a step in. Don't whiff with Melina if you're playing with Melina. But that's just an example of how it's not a perfect gel. She still has time to duck, or even to jump, but she does not have time to punch, which still means that it's a safe gel, which, by the way, you could use against mashers. I'm going to explain that in another video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Peace.